Hello guys, I'm making the last two chapters for for the for the cars for 2006 the junior novelization and and then today I'm making chapter 21 and chapter 22. I hope you like this video. Oh, enjoy. Chapter 21. McQueen was giving the race everything he had. He was tied on Chick's tail, but Chick was doing everything in his power to block McQueen. There was the grind of scraping metal. I know, as the two cars rubbed together. No, don't, Chick snarled. Just then, one of McQueen's tires popped. Doc, I'm flat, he cried. I'm flat. I'm flat. Bring it in, Doc commanded as the yellow flag dropped, signaling that there was a debris on the track. That meant the race was temporarily suspended. The other cars had to slow down and follow the pace car while the mess was removed. Don't tear yourself up, kid. Doc knew that they had to get McQueen back onto the track before the pace car came around. Otherwise, McQueen would fall behind again. Guido, Doc shouted. It's time. Hey, Tiny, one of Chick's pitties teased. You gotta clean his windshield. Yelled. Chick's pitties cracked up as McQueen pulled in, but Guido ignored him. This was his life dream to get the ultimate pit stop, and he was ready. In one fluid movement, Guido tossed the tires into the air and bolted them onto McQueen before they could hit the ground. Guido looked at Chick's stunt pit crew and blew on his torque gun. Then he offered the only English he knew. Pit stop. Guido, you did it! Luigi cried as McQueen pulled back onto the track, moving into place behind the pace car. Did you see that, Bob? Daryl cried from the announcer's booth. Bob gasped in awe. That was the fastest pit stop I ever seen. On the track, the green flag dropped and the three cars surged forward, racing at a furious pace. This is it, Bob announced with excitement. We're heading into the final lap. The final lap, and McQueen is right behind the leaders. What a comeback. This is it, kiddo. This is it, kiddo. Doc said as McQueen closed it on Chick and the King. You got 4 turns left. One at a time. Drive it deep and hope it sticks. His eyes narrowed in determination. McQueen headed toward the first turn. Go! Doc cried, and McQueen did. And McQueen did. He pushed everything he had into high gear. Seeing his rival make his move, Chick cut quickly to bash McQueen against the wall. But McQueen was too fast. Chick missed him. Chick didn't slow down. Instead, he drove forward, ramming his front bumper into McQueen's rear. McQueen spun wildly toward the infield. But McQueen wasn't about to give up. At the last moment, he cut right to go left, just the way Doc had taught him. With a smooth serve, he shot back onto the track into the lead. McQueen is taking the lead, Daryl announced to the audience. Lightning McQueen is going to win the Piston Cup. Chick and the King have fallen behind McQueen. The Chick wasn't giving up either. If he couldn't win, he could at least come in second. I'm not coming in behind you again, old man, he cried as he rammed the King, causing the King to spin into the wall. Crash! The crowd gasped as the King stopped in the infield, battered, dented, and unable to move. McQueen was moving toward the finish line when he heard the boos. Confused, He looked at the giant television monitor and saw the king. He wasn't moving. An image of Doc flashed into McQueen's mind. Doc had looked the same way in the photo of the fabulous Hudson Hornet's famous crash. McQueen screeched to a stop right before the finish line. Alright. Yeah! Chick hollered as he shot past McQueen. Woohoo! I won, baby! Yeah! Oh yeah! Woohoo! What's he doing, Doc? Flo whispered as she watched McQueen. He was inches from the finish line and still hadn't moved. Suddenly, McQueen put himself into reverse and headed back toward where the king had come to a stop. What are you doing at, kid? The king asked as McQueen approached. He was completely wiped out, but not completely broken. McQueen could see that. I think the king should finish his last race, McQueen said humbly. And then, as gently as he could, McQueen began to push the king toward the finish line. You just gave up the piston cup, the king pointed out. You know that? This grumpy old race car I know once told me something, McQueen said as he helped the king to the end of the track. It's just an empty cup. Doc smiled proudly as he listened on his radio. Meanwhile, Chick was hooting in triumph, turning donuts in the infield. Whoa-hoo-hoo! It took him a moment to realize that no one was cheering with him. In fact, no one was even watching him. Hey, what? He stopped in his tracks. What's going on? McQueen pushed the king across the finish line, and then the crowd erupted in cheers. The stadium went crazy at the sight of one of the proudest moments in racing history. Way to go, buddy! Mater hollered. Fillmore teared up a little. There's a lot of love out there, you know, man. Don't embarrass me, Fillmore, Sarge grunted. The only one who wasn't impressed was Chick. He raced onto the winner's podium impatiently. Come on, baby, he said. Bring it out. Bring out the piston cup. Kachiga, kachiga. But no one came out to deliver the cup. Instead, someone tossed it onto the stage, where it clattered to the floor beside Chick. No one cheered. Now that's what I'm talking about, right there. Hey, yeah. Chick crowd. He looked around at the silent spectators. Hey, how come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Come on, where's the fireworks? Bring on the confetti. A confetti cannon let out a shot and hit Chick's bumper hard. Ow! Hey, easy with the confetti. What's going on? Come on, snap some cameras. Let's wrap this up. I gotta go sign my deal. Oh, with Dinoco. Chick started. Chick said, it's starting to realize that no one cared. The crowd started to boo. What's wrong with everybody? Chick demanded as a few of the cars started throwing garbage onto the stage. Hey, this is the start of a Chick era. Chick finally gave up, grabbed his piston cup, and scampered away. But McQueen didn't pay attention to any of that. He was too busy pushing the king toward the Dinoco tent. Then, as the king's wife hurried over to give her husband a kiss, McQueen quietly headed to the Rusty's tent. His whole pit crew had gathered there, along with the Goofy brothers, Rusty and Dusty from Rusty's, who had given McQueen his start in racing. You made us proud, kid, Rusty said affectionately. Congrats on the loss, me bucko, Max said. Doc smiled at the younger race car. You got a lot of stuff, kid. Thanks, Doc. Hey, London. Tex Danico called from the front of the Danico tent. How about coming over here and talking to me a minute? McQueen drove over to join him. Son, that was some real racing out there, Tex said to McQueen. How would you like to become the new face of Danico? McQueen looked up at the fancy Danico tent area. The helicopter gave him a wink. But I didn't win, McQueen pointed out. Lightning, Tex went on. There's a whole lot more to race it than just win it. And McQueen was tempted. It was everything he had always dreamed of. Danico was a great company with a lot of money. And Tex seemed like a really great guy. Still, McQueen looked at the Rusty's tent where Rusty and Dusty were where the two brothers were telling their usual lousy jokes. He couldn't help smiling. Thank you, Mr. Tex, McQueen told the Mongol. But those Rusty's guys over here gave me my big break. I think I'm gonna stick with them. Well, I sure can respect that, Tex said sincerely. Still, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. I sure appreciate that, thank you. McQueen thought for a moment. Actually, he said, there is one thing. Chapter 22. Woohoo! Mater hollered, leaning out the window of the Danico helicopter as it flew over the Weewell. Hey, look at me! I'm flying! It was 2 days later and Radiator Springs was hoping. Glistening red Ferrari and 2 black Maseratis had just rolled into Luigi's tire shop. So, the Ferrari told Luigi, Lightning McQueen told me this was the best place in the world to get tires. How about sending me and my friends up with 3 or 4 sets each? Luigi gasped. It was Michael Sugarmer. Guido, he cried, there's already Michael Sugarmer Ferrari in my store. A real Ferrari! No, punch me, Guido. Punch me in the face. This is the most glorious day of my life. Luigi fainted in their presence. The Ferrari turned to Guido. I hope your little friend. I hear your little friend's okay, he said in Italian. I hear wonderful things about your store. Guido gave up the Ferrari. Then he fainted too. Sally was at the Weewell looking down at on the town when McQueen appeared beside her. He was decked out in his full Radiator Springs paint and stickers. Ka-chow, he said. They both laughed. Just passing through? Sally asked. Actually, McQueen said, keeping his voice casual, I thought I'd stop and stay a while. He leaned towards Sally. I hear this place is back on the map. He said in a confidential whisper. Sally gave him a dubious look. It is. Yeah, there's a rumor floating around that some hotshot piston-cup race car is setting up his big racing headquarters. McQueen replied. Sally's eyes widened. Really? She asked, then caught herself. Oh, well. Oh, she said, playing it cool. Oh, there goes the town. McQueen whispered, I really miss you, Sally. The race car leaned closer to her. McQueen and Sally parked beneath the tree. Mater shouted as the helicopter flew past. KISSINT. Great time. Great timing, Mater, McQueen shouted. Nodded. He looked at Sally. He's my best friend, he explained with a shrug. What you gotta do? Sell stickers, Sally said, giving him a playful grin. Last one that floats by. I don't know. Why don't we just take a drive? McQueen suggested. Sally's eyes twinkled. Nah. And she took Then she suddenly took off down the mountain. Yeah, McQueen shouted as he took off after her. Ka-chow! The end. Okay, guys, we hope you like our video. Oh, and we have bonus for the clip to show you. Cars. Lightning McQueen is a hotshot young race car on his way to becoming the Piston Cup champion until he gets impounded in the small town of Radiator Springs. Now, McQueen can only spin his wheels thinking about the big race he's going to miss. But if McQueen could slow down, the townsfolk of Radiator Springs just might teach him that being a champion had more to do with heart than with crossing the finish line first.